Surprise.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome back to Magic Mondays. I'm Wisdom Seeker Joan and would like to welcome SunPsychic Jean
Hi,
and
everybody.
all the way from tomorrow, Terri Suzuki, who's joining us from Japan. So thank you very much, both of you, for making it here today. And we're thrilled to have people here. And there's Melody of Anna Lee and just anyone else who's here. If you want to start putting in questions, please do so. We're getting messages, as you can see, from angels and spirit guides, departed loved ones, general readings, all of that type of thing. Here's Karen Doyle and Teresa Hedarian, Pooja Gupta, the water bearer. And okay, Pooja, I've got your question. Yes, and thank you so much for putting them in caps. And there's Nancy Riker. So, Jean, tell us what's been going on with you. I understand you've been pretty busy lately.
Yes, I had a wonderful show with Ginger Faye Tarot. Her and I did a show yesterday together, and she was doing hosting. And I was doing some private readings yesterday. And I'm also doing some practice sessions. I'm working on a little bit of a new technique with my mediumship, and I'm developing that as well as practicing my Akashic record reading practice. I'm not quite up to par on that. I have a long way to go. I really want to practice that and get that honed in so that I can tell the difference. And what I can tell so far is the Akashic record masters are over here and the psychic and medium is over here. I think, I don't know, but it's a learning process, and you have to, in order to be sure what's coming through, it takes a lot of practice. But
Definitely.
yeah, it's been fun. How
I
about
for the Akashic Records Masters, I just get it feels like someone's doing this to the top of my head, which is kind of fun. Terri, tell us what's happening with you.
Oh, well, I am here in Japan. I am working on a old house and trying to get ready to I would like to fix it up and rent it out. And so I've been working on it. Mostly right now destruction. Just going in and taking things out, knocking things down. Uh, we've we've done tons of garbage runs, and that is the hardest thing in Japan, getting rid of garbage, because it's very difficult to do. It's because they recycle in extremely, not a little bit, extremely. And so it's very hard to get rid of stuff. Right now, my challenge is drywall. I have to get rid of just a little bit of drywall, but it turns out drywall is an industrial substance that can't be
Oh,
rid of. And my particular drywall has arsenic in it. So,
oh my word! You'll
yeah,
probably have
but
to put it in the suitcase and bring it home with you.
oh God, no. um, on a good note, spiritually though, it feels very nice over here. And the room I get to stay at my mother-in-law's house is also our altar room, and so it smells very holy in here. Lots of incense going all the time,
That's fabulous.
and uh, spirit is working out the communication troubles between me and my neighbors, because I
wow.
don't speak very much Japanese, and of course they speak pretty much zero English. So, but I just talk to them. They talk to me. I talk to them, and we just keep going.
I bet they love that you know as much as you do.
Well, if they know I know anything, but um, like, but we have like every neighborhood has a boss, or what they call, sacho-san, and our sacho-san is our neighborhood boss, and he's a very nice guy. And so anytime I see him, I'm konnichiwaing and bowing, and usually inviting him in the house to see what am I up to today. And he is no longer surprised to see me in a great big hazmat suit and a crowbar in my hand.
It's that crazy American woman again.
Well,
Oh,
that's
here's Carolyn Adams and Rishi, Akila B24, Leah Piat, Nancy Riker. Okay. Samantha, Anne Swantek, and Melody of Anna Lee. That's just great. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. And we have some other news for you. Since it is getting so close to Thanksgiving, we're going to do another Thanksgiving giveaway because Jean is our technical whiz and knows how to do that. So if you want to participate, and it doesn't matter which channel you're on, just write the word hashtag thanks in the comments, and this magical app will sift through all the comments and pick a winner. And we'll do this 3 times. We'll choose 3 winners, and it doesn't matter if you just put it in once, hashtag thanks, and you'll be eligible to get a free reading from each of us. So yeah, so go ahead and write in the comments hashtag thanks, and you'll be entered into the reading. Yes, just like Jean has shown us. So that's great.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I would keep it like all lowercase and all together, no spaces between, because I just want to make sure that that we see everybody go through and go around.
Right.
I was trying
Exactly
to
like
figure
that.
that out. Just to make sure. Aw.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and with that all done, let's go in and start taking some questions. And our first one is from Pooja Gupta. May I have a message from my father? He passed away in October of 2016 and it was so sudden we couldn't get to talk to him. Oh, that's rough. And sometimes it may take a little longer on this first one.
So, I'm hearing the Yentl song, "Father, Can You Hear Me?" Do you know that? I'm not a singer, you guys. I'm sorry, but I hear that song. So I feel as though you reach out to him and you talk to him and you sort of wonder if he can hear you and you ask him for advice. Like you've been talking to him for a while, is what I hear him telling me. And he wants you to know that he can hear you and that he also knows your thoughts and your heart. He knows if you have something heavy on your heart or if you have something on your mind. He's, it's, they do respect all privacy. It has nothing to do with that. He's just very concerned with your what you're concerned with. And he wants you to know that he is watching over. I feel as though your mom is still here in this world and he's watching over her and the family. He's just saying that he is thanking you for, he wants to say that he's really proud of you for being a dutiful daughter, and for picking up and stepping up and helping where and when required. He's saying that you are very smart. He's saying that you will make the family proud. I'm not sure if you have a family yet, but he's saying that's coming. He's saying that's coming. He's talking about grandchildren. He's so excited. I think he knows about your grandchildren. I think he knows about your children. I don't know if you have any yet or not, but he's saying that he's very excited that you'll make the family proud. So I'm just going to stop there. And Pooja, let us know if that makes any sense.
Well, Pooja, I am seeing your father, and for some reason he keeps telling me, I think this is his name. It starts with S, I think. So if you get that, if you could tell us if S is the right thing, that would be really lovely. But he is, what a lovely man. And he's very loving, and he really is happy, very happy that you're calling upon him, that you want to talk to him. He is highlighting for me how fast his passing was, very, very fast. Um, but he keeps trying to give me a message that I'm just not able to quite pull apart. He keeps directing my eye to your head, or to his head, but actually it almost looks like a statue of somebody else, like I want to say Ganesh, kind of. But the head has this gold crown. There's this really gold crown, and he keeps pointing my eyes to this gold crown. That, okay, let's try. So please tell me a little bit more. Why? What is the importance of the gold crown? It seems like that you have some sort of reverence for a deity that has a gold crown, and he is calling my attention to this gold crown because he's pointing out your reverence, that you showed him so much reverence in life, that you show others that kind of reverence, and he's pointing out how much he loves that quality in you. There may be more to the gold. It's very, very, very gold, very thick gold. It's an amazing thing to look at. So I hope that means something more to you, but I'm not quite aware what it means.
Yes, that's so beautiful to hear. And she did say, me and my sister supported our mother after he died.
So maybe the
Oh,
reverence there.
yeah. And no, I don't have that yet. I stay with my brother and mother. Okay. What I got, I saw him in kind of traditional dress, and he was showing me two arm gestures. At first, when I saw him, there was a lot of this, like trying to either say no or keep things apart or keep things at a distance. And now that's turned into honoring and bringing things together and bowing and kind of honoring you. So I think he's gone. The words that came to me, the crossed arms. So he's gone from uh, just to appreciating you and see and things that used to bother him about family life or feeling like no I have to you have to do this my way or whatever, that's gone. And there's so much gratefulness and honor and gratitude for what you are doing since he's passed. I also saw a small shaggy dog with him. I'm not sure what kind of dog it was. But it was kind of a brown, tan and brown little shaggy dog. I don't know if that was something from your family. And then I think this was in reference to how quickly he passed. But I saw like a high-speed train, like if you were standing at the station and all of a sudden this boom, bullet train went by. And he said it felt like that. One moment I was here, and then whoosh, I was gone. Uh, and he felt bad that there was not an opportunity to kind of have last words or just the acclamation that that you can get from at the end of life, when just that period, if you have a little bit more time, that you can come to accept it. So he's sort of apologizing for that, but it was very swift and on his end too. And the last thing he was showing me was he was playing some sort of an instrument, um, and telling me that it's not the music so much as the energy, that he's doing what he can to shape energy to elicit, to bring good things to you, to help put good things in your path, good opportunities, and he's watching over you. And I did pull a couple of cards, and one of them is leap, to spread your wings, encouraging you to do so. And the other one was from the Feathers deck, the White Swan. And he's saying that the power of divine grace is within you. So you are like the swan who looks so elegant on the surface of the water. You're working hard underneath with those feet to make it all look so elegant and easy. So I hope some of that is helpful to you. Oh, here's Pooja. A street dog comes to my house for food and love. Oh, maybe that's who he was referencing. That
Wow.
he sees the good in you from that. Let's see. And she also said the crown could be of the God we pray to. Okay.
It was
Wonderful.
very regal. It was some sort of, it was divine. There was some sort of divinity.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. And I just want to do a quick shout out and say thank you to Kathy. Oops. Oh, are you back?
I'm back.
Okay. I just wanted to say hi to, thank you very much for your kind, generous donation, Kathy Conquista. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Pooja. Mm-hmm.
And with that, I've turned off the banner or the ticker because I think we have enough questions. I don't even know if we're going to be able to get through them all. But let's go on to our next one. And thank you, Pooja, for that question. It was lovely to sort of meet your father. And here's Rishi. Hey, I'm feeling very scared about the uncertainty that the future has in store for me. And I would appreciate a comforting word from Spirit about it. Thanks a lot. Let's see what Spirit has to say. I'm just going to jump in because this is really short. It's talking about getting beyond the fear. They're saying, get beyond the fear because the fear is the corner. When you think, they're saying, think back on your life in different times when you had a fear or were concerned or anxious or afraid of something, and then jump to what happened next. Even if it was a bad thing, it was something that you learned from and built upon. So all the richness, all the good things are just waiting there beyond the fear. So don't let it get in your way. Experience it and say, "Yep, this is ushering in the next blessing." And that's all that I got. Anybody else?
Yeah, I immediately, when I tuned into her, a lot of times I say like a tiny little mantra that brings her angels to the stage or brings her to the stage. But in this case, it was so interesting. Her angels and guides kind of rushed out onto the stage. They reached down like to the earth and pulled her up onto the stage. And they put her up there on the stage, and then they dusted her off like she had been traveling a long time, and there was a little bit of dirt on her, dust, and they dusted her off, dusted her off really quick, and then just hugged her and was so happy to see her there, and then started to guide her forward towards the right, which to me the right is the future. And they're just guiding her on, and I just got this feeling of wholesomeness, just like, oh my goodness, these people, these angels, they care so much about her. They just really want to guide her. And the also kind of the words I got were, don't be afraid. And they kind of go back to the thing that they're always saying to me, you signed up for this journey. This is your journey. And it's an adventure. It's happy. So, of course, sometimes you're worried about what's coming around that corner. and you're scared, but they're saying, don't be. You signed up for this. We're with you always. They're saying, know your mind, figure out kind of what you want, not what others want, what you want, and then move ahead confidently. They want you to go ahead and move ahead confidently, and they will help guide you. I just see them on all sides of you, kind of moving you this way, moving you that way, that they will guide you. And you really shouldn't be too fearful about making a wrong choice, because you can always choose again. This is what they're saying, is you're in charge, but we're going to help you. So yeah,
Very
have a
nice.
little bit more fun.
That's beautiful. And Rishi, what they're reminding me to remind you is that to practice sitting in the uncomfortableness, sitting in the unknowing and the uncertainty. Um, there's there's a practice. There's a getting to know oneself and being in that peaceful state of bliss, which is confidence in that the universe is all working, uh, conspiring on your best for your best outcome. And it's with uncertainty that miracles happen. If everything was all planned out and certain and known, there would be no room for miracles or unexpected blessings or these types of things. So it's during these times of uncertainty that we are tested and required or asked to practice our trust in the universe and the wonder of when these blessings and miracles will come into our lives. And it's in the not knowing, because they always like to surprise us when we least expect it. So if there's something that you're not sure about around that corner, then that's when they can act and uh, coordinate some blessings or some miracles to happen for you, and trust that the outcome is the possible outcome um, is this or something better, always this or something better, because we don't know. We have such limitations in humanity. We have such limitations in our own imagination, and so the possibilities are infinite, and they just want you to rest assured in that. So all the best to you, Rishi.
Yes.
They just added something suddenly to me, and they said, tell her to, when she's really scared, when she's very, very uncertain, to rest in the things we've said, but then she can say to herself, angels, please restore me to the highest timeline, to my best, highest timeline.
That's good. Yeah.
And we do recognize, Rishi, that you're a male. That it just came through that way. But anyhow, thank you very much. And I know all of us can probably think of times where it was very difficult, but then in the end, everything worked out. I particularly remember one where my husband lost his job, I lost my major client, then my car was stolen. And but it kind of forced me into a situation that led me down a new path that turned out really, really well. So I hope that, sometimes things happen that in the end work out positively. So I hope that is the same for you, with less trauma though. Oh, and someone was asking which states we live in. And yes, Leah, I'm in Minnesota. Jean, where are you?
I'm in Maryland, near Washington, D.C.
And Terri?
I'm usually in Washington State, usually.
Near Seattle, right?
Yeah.
But now in Japan.
Yeah.
So there you go. Next up is Nancy Riker. Can I have a message from my friend Anna? We'll do our best here.
She is quiet coming in. I don't know if she was a little reserved and not very outgoing, but more reserved. She seemed like she enjoyed organic. She's showing me like fresh lavender and fresh sage and maybe herbs outside in her garden. Um, like she liked natural things, but on a smaller scale, maybe a couple of flowering plants or a couple of maybe small sunflowers or something. But she liked to have nature around her, but in a small sense. I feel as though she lived um, where she would have like a small patch of land to have some of this in, maybe like a townhouse type environment, but mm, she's coming in quite softly. She was a good friend. She's showing me that you two would talk like openly, and that she was a little not proper, but she was a little more refined. Like what she would say was the what was needed to say, and nothing more and nothing less. She was purposeful. She may have liked music too. She just seems a little more cerebral. And so I'm just keep saying this, trying to pull her close to me, trying to bring in a little bit more. She's given me little bits, dribs and drabs. And Anna, what would you like to say to Nancy? She just wants to, she's saying that she is adoring of you. She said, you have such a beautiful heart and you are a beautiful friend. And she always knew that you would take care of her uh, tender quietness. And she wasn't like meek at all. She was just reserved. And she said that you really complimented her and sort of were patient with her, that if she said no, she couldn't go out, or no, she didn't want to do something, you would just say, okay, next time. Like you didn't sort of have conditions on your friendship. Um, she's just she's she's showing me now she's a little bit more uh nature-ish, and I don't know what else to say. She's wouldn't wear a lot of makeup, and she would like to be outside and go for walks and really maybe study plants, or she'd like to like look in the ground and pick up different flowers and sticks and plants and things. I don't know. She just seems really a beautiful, lovely, quiet, well spoken, not too boisterous type of individual. So, how about you, ladies?
Do you want to go first?
I will. I'll just note that Nancy said that she was a tarot reader, and that Nancy just found out that she passed in 2022, and she introduced me to spiritualism. How beautiful. Nancy, when I tuned in, I saw her as an equestrian on a white horse, and she had the whole outfit on with the black hat with a little dot on top of it, and the boots and the jodhpurs and everything. And she's on this white horse, just sitting there, very proper. And it's like, okay, what's going to happen here? And then the message was pretty much, and then even though we couldn't really see her doing anything, she started putting this horse through its paces. And the information that was coming in was like, a good rider can just do something with your knees or something with the reins, or that no one can even see what the signals are to make a horse do what you want it to. And then I saw her, she was trotting and cantering and then going over the jumps, and she had all these signals down. So she was saying that as far as the way she's communicating with you now, we can't communicate the way we used to, but that doesn't mean that there's not a way for us to communicate and have a wonderful relationship. Just like she wasn't talking to the horse, but she was communicating with this horse. So she said to look for the little nudges and thoughts and signs and symbols that she's going to be sending to you. And she's just very pleased that you asked about her, and she's encouraging you to try to get in communication with her. It'll just be different than the way it used to be.
Yeah. Well, she comes in very gently for me too, just very, very gently. And in fact, when I first was seeing what she was showing me, I couldn't decide, was I looking at many layered wood or what was it? And as I got closer and closer, I realized it was a cinnamon bun or cinnamon bread, and these layers and layers and layers of soft, bread, and then juicy layers of cinnamon and sugar, and just layers and layers. And so what she's trying to tell me is that your friendship with her was like that. It was a many layered thing where that you could rely upon each other. You both kind of nourished each other's souls. And it was many layered in that you could be together as a friend and be just have that plainness of bread, kind of that area where it's just, solid, good, solid, bready spot. And then you had little layers of juiciness, where that you learned more probably spiritual things from her, or she learned some spiritual things from you, or you guys just were hanging out, passing on not the gossip per se, but the news, but it was just, she just showing me that it was kind of a very juicy friendship, in that it had all these layers, layers of delightfulness and layers of just kind of plainness, just how life is, it goes through all those different changes, but that's what she's showing me, is that's how it is. And really she's showing me that actually a lot through what Joan said, that it can still be like that. It's still like that. It's not gone. She's just over there. The friendship still exists, and there's still many layers to it. So there you go, Nancy.
Wonderful. And Nancy said she liked to dress up and do her hair, and she spoke up. She said we would be friends forever. How beautiful. Well, I think this is a good break and maybe a time to give away our first free reading. Jean, would you be able to do that?
Absolutely. So you choose, Joan, who's going to be the reading for first?
Let's do it in alphabetical order. So this is for a free reading with Jean, SunPsychic Jean.
Okay, excellent. Ready, everybody? Good luck. Good luck. Uh-oh, yeah, I put it in there, so I'm in there. Nancy Riker.
Nancy,
wow.
Well, that was perfect. You can get a more extensive reading. Wonderful.
Excellent. Congratulations, Nancy. Thank you.
And how does Nancy get in touch with you?
She can just send me an email at SunPsychic@hotmail. SunPsychic@hotmail.com. And I'll know who you are and just say I won, and I'll send you everything you need to know to schedule your appointment. So that was fun. I love that confetti and the big giant yay and seeing everybody. So if there's anybody else that has not put in that hashtag thanks, you can still put it in and you'll be eligible for the next 2 drawings. We have 2 more free readings to give away tonight as our Thanksgiving giveaway.
Yes, I was saying, you say thanks and we'll do the giving for a free reading. So, and if you've already put your name in, you'll be entered in the other 2. But if you've joined us and haven't, just write hashtag thanks, no spaces and all lowercase, and you'll be entered into the next reading. And Nancy says, oh, thanks. Aww. I love Jean. We all love Jean. So that's sweet.
You're welcome,
Wonderful.
Nancy.
Well, let's move right along. And here's Leah. Piat, may I ask if I will be a business owner in this lifetime? Ooh, that's interesting.
So my pendulum was a little slow to start. It took a while to find its direction, and then it came in softly. So I feel as though it may be that way for you starting your own business, a little slow to start, and then a finding your direction and then going in softly. I'm not sure if you will be just independent type of self-employed and then develop it into a business that is a little bit more involved, a little bit more, just a little bit more of what you're looking for.
How about you, Terri?
Well, they're telling me that if she wants to, it's up to her to do it. It's up to her to drive that. And as they always say, there's no wrong choices. But they do, if you are considering a business that's the kind of, I'm don't think I'm going to have the right terminology here, but you know, like LuLaRoe, where you have to buy their stock and then you sell it independently. That is that called multi-level marketing, or what is that called? That that kind of
Yeah.
Avon kind of,
Mm-hmm.
you know, back when people used to sell it. They put out their hand. They were showing me like this, like no, like if that's the case, we really want you to slow that down. We don't think that is the best idea for you. Because what I'm really getting is if you want to be in business, go into business, your own business, without the where that you're not paying your profits upwards, where that you're keeping the profits and you're buying the merchandise or whatever from somebody below you. It's not where that you are then beholden to them. They want you to be an independent operator. So
Almost,
Yes.
mhm.
Go ahead.
Uh, is it called a franchising? Like, don't buy a Dunkin' Donuts, or it's not buy, but buy the business of Dunkin' Donuts.
franchising is okay, you know,
Okay.
like yeah, but what I'm talking about is like Amway, or you know,
Okay.
where
Yeah.
you yeah, they're not they're putting out their hand like in this sideways thing, and they keep kind of going at me like that. So
Hmm.
Good.
Buy
She
a
said
piece
no,
of.
she would not do that.
Hmm.
So
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
good. And when I tuned in, I saw, before I checked in with my pendulum, I saw stair steps. And the first, and you had, and I'm seeing you like from the waist down, and you had a business skirt and shoes and everything on, looking very professional. And I could see your briefcase, and you were taking steps toward getting to your own business. And then I'm kind of panning down, and I'm seeing that those steps, they're like cement steps, but there's not a lot of support underneath. So I think they're saying take the steps to toward getting your own business, but also make sure that there's support underneath. So I think they're kind of saying there's things you need to explore and learn while you're moving toward that goal of launching on your own, and maybe kind of do a self-assessment of, you know, this is what I want to do, but you know, I'm maybe it's a service where you've got the artistic part of being a designer or whatever, but I've never really learned about how to keep books. So during this time of moving toward your goal, to whatever the underpinnings are that you'll need, do a pretty thorough self-assessment of what are the skills and aptitudes that I'll need to be successful. What are, you know, what are the strengths, and how am I going to will I be able to hire somebody to do the other stuff? Will I be able to at least start out learning how to do it myself, and then, just kind of do that whole thing? But then I see that there were like cement supports underneath the steps too. And when I went to the pendulum, it did say yes. And as with Gina, it took a little while to get there, but I think it is more like the that it's a learning period that's going to result in your own business. And I wish you
Wow.
every good thing in doing that. That's a wonderful step to take.
It is.
Right. And let's see, next up, or let's see. And it was Leah. Oh, and she said it would be art or food art. Oh, cool. That's wonderful. My grandpa had 80 acres, 50 miles north of Duluth. Oh, and she'll do her research first. Good for you.
Good.
All right. Next is Water Bearer. I'd like to receive a message from my higher self. The last few years have been difficult and unproductive. I have an unfinished PhD. What does my higher self want me to do for me to be, or for me to be happy? Okay.
Well, do you want to finish the PhD? Is that something that is sort of like hanging over you because of the way that you phrased it? Um, and it's no small feat, and it's you know, definitely difficult. Um,
And happiness is a choice. It's not going to be based upon whether you get the PhD or not.
And I think I agree. When I tuned in, I saw the, what is it, ABD, or the unfinished PhD. It's hanging over your head. That's exactly what I was just going to describe. I saw it like this weight on your back. And then I don't remember, I don't know if you remember the movie The Piano, way back. I think it was in the 80s or something. But the scene was the scene of this young woman. She took a grand piano on a ship cruise somewhere, and she was tied to it, and it fell off, and it pulled her down to the bottom of the ocean. It was a really interesting movie, but that's what I saw. I haven't thought about that movie since the 80s, I don't think, but it feels like the PhD is, the thought of it being out there unfinished is dragging you down no matter what you do. So if it's either like, let's cut the rope and just go do what you want to do, what will make you happy, or if don't let, it was a lot of work and all of that, but if it's not going to happen, just let it go and say, well, I learned a lot from that. That's not where I want to go anymore. And let it go. Just let the piano sink to the bottom of the ocean. You don't have to go with it. It all depends on your choice. Feel into the future. How would it feel? What are the circumstances of your life? Would you be able to do it? Would the feeling of accomplishment be worth the sacrifice or whatever you'd have to go through to make it happen? And if it's like, oh, it just feels like a drudge, and I don't know if I'd really be happy with the result anyhow, just cut that cord and let that piano sink to the bottom of the ocean and go pursue something that would delight you. Let's see what angels have to say. We got the Archangel Raziel, learn, change, grow.
Mhm.
So you can change, you can grow, and you've learned that maybe, that's one option, that but don't let it drag you down. Oh, let's see.
how about you, Terry?
Well, what I'm getting is, before, you have all options open to you. That's always, if you want to not do the PhD, that's fine too. You'll learn from that too. But what I keep getting is that they would actually like for you to get more in contact with them before you toss it overboard. They would like you to maybe start a little meditation practice where that you get in touch with them and you talk to your angels and guides. It would be really great if you started talking to your Akashic Records masters too, because they can help you. But even if you don't have time for that, if you just open a little window to hear from them, they will put the little nudges in your heart, your soul, your path. Um, let me just check right back in real quick with the higher self to see. So your higher self is really nudging this big block of stone forward. So to me, she's acknowledging, yes, that this is hard. PhD is hard. It's like a big old block of stone there, and it's being nudged forward. It's hard, but it's being nudged forward. They can help you nudge this forward. Um, oh, so they keep bringing me back to the piano, which is actually the name of the movie, The Piano. I like that movie. And if you remember, though, when the piano got nudged off the boat and she had tied herself to it, she went down in the water, but it was her rebirth. And they're saying that this project, regardless of how you do it, whether you decide to go ahead and keep nudging the stone forward, or if you decide to jump overboard, it will be your rebirth either way. So
Hmm.
you're going to learn either way uh, the things that you need to know. And your heart is still going to be fulfilled by this regardless. So I think that your higher self, so to me, it feels like they're wanting you to nudge it forward, even, and just see before you completely give up on it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was getting a little bit of that it'll always be there. You can always finish it. You can always go back to it, and not to let it stop you from doing what you're doing right now. And it's almost like don't we resist against things, what we resist persists. If you say, I'm going to put this on the shelf, I can always come back to this later. I'm doing this right now. It's moving me forward right now. I can't do that and do this. So let me do this now, the one that is no resistance. And then when I have the time, the means, the childcare, the income, whatever it is, to go back and finish that, that's always going to be there for you. That option is always going to be there for you. I know it would probably be better if that came first, but it's not. But there's that resistance that you're feeling against that. So if we just put that on the shelf and keep doing what you're doing, and not allow that to pull you back, that's the weight that I'm feeling the piano is, that you're dragging that thought. You're judging yourself for not completing it. That's what the piano that's holding you down is, the thought of you saying, I should. Try not to judge yourself. You can make up your own rules. You can put that on the shelf. You can do the what's not resisting, what's not in resistance right now, and always go back and do that at a different time, in a different rhythm. And you could even um, isn't there like a co-op or like a teaching opportunity or something that you can find different ways to get that PhD at a later time when it's a little easier for you. Yeah, she said, I'm judging myself and feeling bad. That I think is the piano for you.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah, yeah, just a suggestion, but all the best to you, water bearer. I think
Yes.
you'll be successful no matter what you choose.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And I apologize for stepping on your timing there, Terri. But I think the time is right now for another giveaway.
Whoop whoop.
And because we're doing alphabetical order, this will be for a free reading with me.
Okay.
Free.
It's going to show Nancy. Okay, and then I'm just going to come up here and say draw again. I see there's more entries in there, so good luck, everybody. Good luck, everybody. Can you see your name in there? Samantha. Oh, very nice.
Wonderful.
Look at all that confetti.
I love that, and I love that color.
Congratulations.
And
Ooh,
Samantha,
Samantha.
if you could send me an email and send it to seek, the word seek, SEEK 411 at yahoo.com. And we will arrange a time for me to do a reading for you. I'm looking forward to it. Great. And let's see. Oh, we're running up close to time here. And again, thanks, Water Bearer, for that question.
And the feedback. It's really important for you to get the reading that's best if you give us that feedback. That's really important.
All right. Next up is Learning to Fly. A message from my mom, Joyce, who passed in 2010. Please and thank you. Thank you for giving us her name.
I feel like you two were close in age. And when I say that, I mean that she was a young mother. I feel like you two were good friends. I don't know if it just seems like she's she wasn't like she had a condition, but she wasn't like bedridden or anything. But she had a condition that she was fighting with. So whether it was her lungs or if it was like emphysema, where you could still live a life, but you would have to do your breathing techniques. You would have to carry around oxygen, and you could live, for several years. I'm not sure what it is. I do feel as though it's in the upper chest. So but she's just showing me something in here is she had trouble while she was alive, but she was living with this for a while. Towards the end. And this is just what they're telling me for identification. Let me see, Joyce. Let me see what else you can tell me. She's saying she said she lived a full life and that she got to see and do a lot of things. I think that she was able to enjoy her grandchildren. Like these are the things that she was able to do and appreciate. And even though she had some limitations, she was very independent and still had her mind. She keeps saying, that there's things that are just priceless and more valuable than words could say. But she just wants you to know that she's safe and she's with her mom. And I feel as though this is a long line of women that you come from that are handed down, that maybe there was a strength, a survivor kind of strength in the family line, in the female, in the feminine ancestry, if that's what you call it, female ancestry, like the grandmother, your mother, and you, and that you're all very similar. You're all very strong. You're beautiful women. She's telling me that you're even more beautiful than she was, and her mother was beautiful too, and that you had I don't know if it was luck on your side, but things came to you, all three of you. She wants to put she wants to put all three of you together. She just says that she had a wonderful life and that she was you all three were attractive and this helped you in life. She just wants you to know that she is watching over the family. She wants to thank you for always thinking of her and keeping her spirit alive during family get-togethers. And even if you have like a shrine or a picture of her in the house and that you talk to her, she says she still hears you. and she is sending you blessings. How about you ladies?
Well,
Terri?
I got Joyce on my stage. And I'm just going to have to say what I see. It almost seems a little out there. She is on my stage. She is presenting as kind of middle age, so she's looking like in her 40s. She's full-bodied, but not fat, not skinny. And she came onto my stage with a vroom, just a like life of the party kind of feeling. And she's dancing. She won't stop dancing. She's like, got her arm. She's it's like she's doing TikTok dances or something. And she's just really, and she'll be dancing a while, and then she'll kind of point and she goes, it's you now. You're the next generation. It's you. And gosh, she's having an awful lot of fun. Okay, so Joyce, tell me again, what is it that you wanted to say? What do you want to say? She's just so delighted to be there. She's happy. She's happy for you. She's dancing, and I just feel like she was the life of the party. She was a real live wire when she was alive. I mean, maybe she was quiet in front of strangers, but I think with her family, you knew a lot about her. She was outgoing and happy, and she's just passing that on to you, and acknowledging that she's watching you, but she's doing what my dad is doing. My dad is over there exploring, doing stuff, having fun, going to new sporting events, she's doing the same thing. The things that attracted her in life, she's out there looking at it from the other direction, having a lot of fun. She wants you to know you're the next generation. You are there, and she wants you to live your life now, because I have a feeling that if she could come back and do it all over again, she would do it with a whole lot of verve, she'd really put some energy into that, because now she knows you can't make a wrong choice, can't go wrong. Just live your life and have fun. But it's so funny. She dances around, then she goes, "It's you." So that's what you got from me.
Beautiful. It's your time on center stage. That's great.
Learning to fly. Let us know if any of this is making sense for you.
Yes. And what I saw her coming in on gossamer wings, and her wings looked sort of like a fairy or like a dragonfly, sort of see-through like that. And so I was saying, so what's the message here? And she said it was like she's encouraging you, because I think she did this too, to try to bring some magic into the everyday. And that can mean just using your imagination. Like if you're in the everyday drudgery of life, when you're doing the laundry or cleaning the house or going to work or whatever, there are times when you're just doing something repetitive, and to just use your imagination and really, and she'll kind of meet you there. That's a way to get through some of the harder parts of life, to just bring your imagination to it and let it have no bounds. And just imagine, what would mom say if she were here today? Or what do I want to do with my life? And what would it be like to fly like a dragonfly or a fairy? Or I wonder if there really are fairies. And just let your mind go. Your body's going to be grounded, and it'll get the laundry done and whatever. But she's saying that's the imagination is the basis of it all. And you'll have an easier time communicating with her if you just kind of let that go. She also showed me just milk and cookies, chocolate chip cookies. I don't know if you had good conversation with her her after school while having chocolate chip cookies or something. But she showed me that. And just sending huge love to you. At first I thought, well, did she die of a heart problem? But my heart chakra was lighting up so much. And it's like, no, she's just sending you huge amounts of love and loves that you're thinking of her. And I did pull a card from you from the feathers deck and got the hummingbird. Release what you've been carrying and lighten up, new joy is on the way. So she's all about the joy and the imagination and the connection that way. So learning to fly, I hope that makes sense to you. Oh, good. And she seems to love the messages. So that's great. Now we are just about at the end of the hour. So let's do our third and final Thanksgiving giveaway. And for Terri, a reading with Terri. Oh, good. And she loved hummingbirds.
So we see the last winner was Samantha, and I'm going to go ahead and draw again. You ready, everybody? Watch and see your name. See if you see. Oh, I see me. Oh, I hope it's not me. Oh, no, that was it was almost me. Congratulations, Jennifer. Congratulations.
Jennifer, congratulations. And how does Jennifer get in touch with you, Terri?
Well, she can send an email to kigaruspiritualjourneys@gmail.com. And of course, that's pretty hard to spell. So if you go to my channel, you can go to the About and you can see that link as well. Yeah, kigaru is a Japanese word for lighthearted. So Kigaru, and then
I just
spiritual. Oh, good. Yeah.
I put just Kigaru Spiritual Journeys, and then it's at Gmail, right? Because I was getting some funky.
We might have to do a little bit more negotiation of the time since I'm in a very different time zone, but we can do it. We can. There's lots of places where it matches up, where we'll both be awake at the same time.
That'd be wonderful. Well, thank you, Terri, for making a special effort to get up early and be with us today. And Jean, thanks as always for kind of helping run the show and especially for helping us do the giveaways.
Wasn't that fun?
Yeah,
that
I really enjoy this. And I'm so grateful to you and to everybody who came. I wish you all just the most wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. And one of the things I'm thankful for is just this entire community and all the friends that we have met here. So anyhow, thanks so much. And we will see you again soon. But before we go, Jean, where are you going to be appearing next?
Oh, let me just check very quickly. I have, you know what? It's not until Saturday, the 25th. I think a lot of people are going to be off for the holiday. Saturday, the 25th, I will be on the Crone Zone. I'll be doing some spiritual concepts and discussions and experiences. So it'll be lots of fun. That'll be Saturday. Well, Saturday at 3 at Eastern.
Wonderful. How about you, Terri?
I have no idea.
Okay. And I think I've got time off until the next Magic Monday. So we'll see you here next week, hopefully at about the same time.
Yeah.
A lot of people are spending time with their family this week. Yeah. Pardon?
I was going to say that's about the only thing I can count on right now. I'll be here next Monday.
Oh, wonderful. Good.
Great. We'll see you then. Thanks, everybody. Have a great, great Thanksgiving. Bye now.
Bye-bye.